We're hitting up a defensive wall today. Let's jump in and see what I mean. This one is called the 334 Bulwark version 1.4. So obviously it was based on a 1.0. Now, Bulwark, of course, being defensive, this looks very defensive to a degree. You've got three in the back. You've got a DM in there with two wingbacks in attack, although they're in attack, and then the entire up front section. So we're going to see how it can do in the Premier League, which it hardly ever works. But we're going to see with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with that said, let's dive into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, as you could see, it wasn't actually too bad, but it's about average marks for Liverpool and Aston Villa. 85 points is not bad. 108 goals is fantastic. Aston Villa, though, 86 goals, not bad. 78 points, point-wise at least, average. Well, Liverpool had an absolutely phenomenal run in the domestic cups. Carabao Cup final winning 2-1 against Arsenal, and the FA Cup in extra time against Chelsea, and even Thiago was sent off in the 114th. And another fantastic journey in the Europa League, 5-0 win over RB Salzburg. That one is a big statement. So overall, in second place is not bad. It's definitely about average. However, as I usually say, if you take control of these tactics yourself and do your own match changes, transfers, training, things like that, you could do better and probably get to that 92 points. So I think they had a phenomenal season. 3 trophies, 1 runner-up. It worked. And squad, they've got to come green definitely. 37 goals for Salah, 32 for Nunez, 23 for Diaz, and Gakpo. Yeah, that's a pretty nice lineup. 27 assists for Trent, 21 for Mohamed Salah, Robertson with 20 as well. And then average rating, Trent getting the tops with 744. Well, we know Aston Villa didn't go all the way in the domestic cups. They get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, losing to Arsenal 0-1, and then FA Cup quarterfinals as well, 1-2 against Brentford. But they beat Man City, so that's pretty nice. However, they do get a trophy this season against Fenerbahce, 1-0 in the Europa Conference League. So overall for Aston Villa, pretty much bang on average. 78 points is there. They get Champions League next season from the winners of the Conference League. Everything else, I mean, it's not bad, but still you could have done a little bit better. Squad-wise, you get 26 goals for Diaby and 25 for Watkins. Nice there. 25 assists for Matty Cash, 19 for Lucas Digne, and an average rating Cash gets a 732. Data Hub for Liverpool, of course they are up there in the attacking side and the dribbles. Defensively, not too bad, about average there for them. 2.84 goals per game, 1 flat conceded, 1.03 xG against. Aston Villa showing the attacking side, no question about it. They're just down a little bit in the numbers. Usually they're up towards the tops of at least some of these sections, but defensively, it's about average for them as well. 2.26 goals per game, 1.16 conceded, 1.12 xG against. It's actually not too bad. Premier League stats, 2.24 points per game for Liverpool, 2.05 for Aston Villa. Most goals, Liverpool with 108. Very well done there. Aston Villa with 86, not too bad themselves. Few shots against, 5th place Liverpool, 311. Aston Villa with 373. Most dribbles made, Liverpool in second with 733. Aston Villa with 658. And then most shots for Liverpool in first with 653. Aston Villa was 571. Well, with Liverpool and Aston Villa basically coming back to their averages, how did Ipswich Town do? I'm going to say average only because they're in first place. Since the winter update, they've been coming in first place more times than they haven't. But 118 points is phenomenal. 12 points above Southampton, and 147 goals is through the roof. Unfortunately, though, the Carabao Cup, they lose in the first round in penalties to Stevenage. FA Cup, they do better, getting to the quarters against Middlesbrough, but losing 1-2. So overall, championship is phenomenal. FA Cup quarters, pretty nice. Carabao Cup, yeah, we're just going to forget about that one. Squad-wise, only 4 in the green, of course. 38 goals, though, for Hurst. He's back to his winning ways. Assist 27 for Leif Davis and Wes Burns. Wow, average rating. Wes Burns, though, gets there with a 754. Championship stats. Ipswich in first, clearly with 2.57 points per game. Most goals in first with 147. That is through the absolute roof. Few shots against in first with 315. Most dribbles made in third with 874. And then most shots for with 802 in first. So let us take a look at this Bulwark tactic. It is a sweeper keeper in defend where we start ball playing defenders in the central spots. All 3 of them all in defend. Wing backs on the left and the right in attack. A DM in support. 2 inside forwards in attack. There are mark-specific positions, which are the DL, DRs as their usual. And then an advanced forward in attack next to a pressing forward in support. Balanced mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow, approach plays pass into space, underlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite the crosses. A lot of what we've already seen before. So how did it do overall for these three teams? I mean, pretty well. Ipswich Town clearly doing the best out of the bunch with 147 goals. That is insane. But Liverpool and Aston Villa getting back to their average ways. Again, if you took control of this, you could definitely do a better job than this. But overall, I don't think it was a bad job at all. I mean, it uses the backbone that a lot of the 4-2-4s have that have done very well that we've seen in the past. But overall, yeah, it's kind of like take your squad, use that backbone, play to their strengths, and see how you do. But in this case, I think it worked. It looked pretty good, and it's something that most teams can use. But let us know in the comments below if you've used it and how it worked for you. But otherwise, that is it for me, Seffian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.